Hello, everyone. I'm Christina. Maybe a minute or two late, but I'm here. So, we're about to have a very interesting live stream tonight because those earthquake lights got me thinking. So, I started doing a little bit of digging. And the last few months in the South and the Gulf of Mexico have actually been very, very interesting. Like, what? Really? Because you might find one article or hear something here and there, but everything is going by so fast. There's a lot of tension on Ukraine, coming famine. So it might go overlooked, but when you put it all together, it's like, what? Wait a minute. Okay. Hi, TNT. I'm glad to see you. It's good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up already, you guys. Welcome everybody that's here. I'm so glad that you're here. Awesome. Okay, I want to encourage everyone to like and subscribe, share the videos, and comment. I love your comments. Alrighty. Also, link to my backup channel is in the description box. I want to start also by thanking Paul and Adrian from Off Grid Desert Farming, my friend Ronnie and Sunshine, for the blessings that y'all sent. You're amazing people. You're wonderful. And I can't thank you enough. It went towards my preps. And I just pray for y'all all the time, and I love y'all. So thank you for that. Okay, everybody. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Oh, hey, Earl Scott. And AA Strumming. Hello, Sandy. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Hello, Nicole. Love you, girl. Awesome. Let's do this. Okay. So as a lot of you already know, on March 24th, there were multiple beams of light that were spotted in Houston, Texas. There was also an orange light in the sky reported over LaPorte, which isn't far from Galveston at all, like a hop, skip, and a jump. My daddy, the chemical plant that he worked at before he retired was in LaPorte. When he first started, there was like DuPont, then it was USI and Quantum USI. I went through a lot of changes. Now it's Lindy, but he's retired. But I looked through Google, and maybe it's just not on there, but I honestly couldn't find any evidence that these beams of light or this orange light in the sky over LaPorte had ever happened before there. Okay. According to Wikipedia, an earthquake light is a luminous aerial phenomenon that reportedly appears in the sky at or near areas of tectonic stress, seismic activity, or volcanic eruptions. Earthquake lights may be classified into two different groups based on their time of appearance. Pre-seismic, meaning the light comes before a major quake, a few weeks prior. Wait, hold on. I lost my place. Pre-seismic earthquake light, which generally occurs a few seconds to up to a few weeks prior to an earthquake and are generally observed closer to the epicenter, and co-seismic earthquake light, which can occur either near the epicenter, earthquake-induced stress, or at significant distances away from the epicenter during the passage of the seismic wave train, in particular during the passage of S waves, wave-induced stress. So if those were indeed earthquake lights, and that's exactly what they look like to me, it's a precursor, it's a harbinger for a major quake that's supposed to be on the way, or a volcanic event, or what else did it say? Tectonic, seismic, or volcanic. A few days right before or a few weeks out. It can be, these lights can come at the epicenter or miles away from it, but it's going to be in the vicinity somewhere, right? Okay. Earthquake light during the lower magnitude aftershock series seems to be rare. So what they're saying is that when you see these lights, it's usually before the event. It's rare to see one after. Okay. So this is something that needs to be paid attention to. In addition, we've had the loud booms in Houston, which someone here was nice enough to bring up. Well, it wasn't just going on in Houston, but across the South. All right. First one I looked at, we're going to go back in time. The closest and most recent is March 7th. Okay. That we had a loud boom And that was pretty recent, about a month ago today. What day is it? Is it the 6th or is it the 7th? It's the 7th, so it's like a month later, seriously. All right, there was an article, okay, because there was another loud boom in January. So January 5th, this article comes out by Fox 51, KETK.com, and they called it, "What's Behind the Mysterious Booms Heard Around East Texas?" Okay, so March 7th was not the first time, by far. Chandler, Texas. Houses shaking and loud explosions are what people in several East Texas towns, not one town, several, say they experienced this last week. Now, East Texans want to know who and what is to blame. No one is positive. It's always a mystery. Scientists are always baffled. All right? But it's causing shaking, breaking glass. Lots of noises. There's a lot of speculation. You always think that something has blown up, okay? They've got speculation about pipes or whatever, or sonic booms, but they don't really know, okay? But that was a little further back than the one we just had, okay? January 10th also, Reddit users reported big booms in southeast Houston around 7 p.m., and it was heard not just in multiple Houston counties, but apparently included Sulphur, Louisiana. December 30th, loud booms in El Paso. December 18th, Austin, Texas. December 13th, Kilgore, Texas. So, in the last 4 months-ish, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 reports of loud booms across Texas. That's right. So, and let it be known that Austin, I did find, had a 4-point-something earthquake back in 1908, which was supposed to be rare. Well, a lot of these rare events aren't so rare anymore, okay? So Austin, Victoria, San Antonio to Victoria has been seeing a lot of seismic activity, a lot of quakes, okay? But they're starting to go up towards Austin, too. And, of course, we've been seeing the quakes in Dallas for a while, you know? Okay, let's check the chat. Wow, it's going great. We got 18 people who welcome Clarissa, welcome Sunshine. And okay, I think I've welcomed everybody. Animals act strange before earthquakes hit. Yes, they do. So I'm also looking for those articles, see if anybody's like picking up on any of that around here. Look at that straight hair. What? Okay. All right. Yes, that's what they were above Houston about a week or was a month ago. I can't remember. It's too much to keep up with, but it was, yeah, March 24th. That's right. Okay, so it's not just the lights, it's the loud booms too. In Louisiana, they're getting loud booms. The most recent, January 26th and December 26th, exactly a month apart. In New Orleans on January 26th. But see, this one, though, was heard across many states on the South because this one, I think, was a meteor explosion, and that's why it was heard, yeah, across those several states. But December 26th, Baton Rouge also had loud booms, which is closer to Texas than New Orleans. Mississippi, they also had the meteor explosion, but apparently these booms have been going on in Mississippi since about 2016. And don't forget that Jackson, Mississippi, is literally sitting on top of what is known as a dormant volcano. Like the whole town. For real. Jackson, Mississippi. So, just saying. You know. Okay. Alabama, they also experienced the meteor explosion, but I didn't really see any reports of loud booms. Okay, now we have earthquakes going on in San Antonio, Texas, but sinkholes, a lot of sinkholes I needed to mention, are near Austin. More sinkholes in Texas to start. We've had them in Dayzetta, Houston, Texarkana, Nacogdoches, West Texas, Big Spring, Kingwood, Wink, and Odessa. And I'm sure there are more, but that was a good start. In Louisiana, they have seen sinkholes in Baton Rouge. Articles stated that 1,100 sinkholes were to be filled in starting January of 2022. These sinkholes were seen in Metairie. My grandma used to live there. Actually, my grandma and my great grandpa used to, grandma and great grandma, her mom, lived in Metairie, right off of Bonneville. But also, sorry, I didn't mean to get more sinkholes in New Orleans, Lakefront Levee, St. Francisville, and Shreveport. And there's quite a distance between Shreveport and New Orleans. So, think about that perimeter. January 12th, 2022, heard from North Gadsden through Glencoe, Southside, and Rainbow City. What was that from? Okay. And then, what is it? Oh, yeah. I don't know what that is. Okay. I wish I would have written down better notes on what happened on January 12th, like where, and I don't know where Rainbow City is, but something was going on around Huntsville, Alabama on the 14th of April, 2021. Hundreds of reports that might be sinkholes there. Yeah, Florida, supposed to be sinkholes. Jacksonville, Florida, and surrounding areas are also having lots and lots of sinkholes. But on the East Coast, it is important to mention the Bermuda area. That is a magnetic anomaly. So when you put kind of some glasses on between Texas and the Gulf of Mexico and Florida and Bermuda, you can see that a lot of activity is building every day. Don't forget that in the Gulf of Mexico on February 1st, and I think another one after that, there was a buoy in the Gulf of Mexico in event mode. And I looked, and it was sitting basically right on top of the brine pool that's in the Gulf of Mexico. And it also wasn't that far from that subsea volcano right around New Orleans. But it's subsea. It's in the Gulf of Mexico. That Door Point volcano was really close to the brine pool in Door Point. Okay. And that was in event mode. All right. That was February 1st. And I think another one happened not long after, because I know I reported on it. And I wanted to also bring up, this was a couple of years ago, but I found something on it that I thought y'all might think is interesting. Remember the clear blue water that was in Galveston? Okay. Well, we have a lot of salt. We're like sitting on a salt shelf, really. Okay, but there was something that came out of Science News from research organizations titled Electrical Conductivity of Salt Water in Seismogenic Zones Theoretically Determined. So they're looking at, because we know that water and salt can conduct electricity. And so obviously salt water can do it. But when it's in a seismic area, that's something to talk about. So we are experiencing some type of seismic, whether it be just seismic, tectonic, volcanic, or all of the above. There's something that should be known. This article or paper was written June 13th. Well, it was published June 13th, 2016. It was written, whatever, by National Institute for Material Science. The summary says, scientists have succeeded in theoretically determining the electrical conductivity of sodium chloride solution in a high temperature, which the Gulf of Mexico usually is, and high pressure environment at ground depths ranging from 10 to 70 kilometers. By comparison with electrical conductivity data collected underground, the theoretical approach indicated the presence of salt water deep underground. This discovery may reinforce the theory that underground salt water influences the occurrence of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Okay? It is commonly said that the presence of salt water in bedrock makes a fault prone to slide, influencing the occurrence of earthquakes, or decreases the melting points of rocks, influencing volcanic eruptions. However, it is difficult to directly verify the presence of salt water through drilling surveys deep underground. Since liquids, including salt water, have electrical conductivity about 6 orders of a magnitude higher than that of solids, surveys involving the measurement of electrical conductivity are often carried out to detect the presence of salt water. Okay. So Hold on. Yep, they're looking to understand the mechanism, but obviously something is up with that. Okay, especially when you think about that clear water that Galveston had. That came from the salt. That came from deep underground, and that's pressure. And the deeper and deeper you go, I mean, we got that brine pool. It's near that volcano. There's something going on. Okay, it's not just along the south. It's in the Gulf, along. You see what I'm saying? Something, something that I can't see has happened before, and it's a lot of this is picked up, especially in Texas and the Gulf of Mexico, really the last few months. Plus, we had a couple of earthquakes in the Gulf the last few months too. Things rise up in salt water. Welcome, Mishy, Sandy, Carly. Okay, making sure. Welcome, Mapina, 1371. Okay, could sinkholes be the pit opening? The pit of hell? Is that what you're talking about? I looked online to see what color is the gas of chlorine mixed with sodium, and it was to that reddish light over Houston. Gas of chlorine. Yeah. But where would the chlorine come from? I know that there are different things that can burn different colors. That's a fact. Okay. But when it comes to that pressure before a seismic event, I think that is just a lot of energy being released. Some of it maybe could be, I don't know. No doubt that there's some kind of chemistry going on with that too. I mean, especially with all the pressure that's underneath there and whatever is under there, anything is possible. See, lots of sinkholes in Florida. Okay, opening to the bottomless pit. Again, anything is possible, but when it comes to sinkholes, I think there is a bottom eventually. There are different sizes, but it's from what I understand, when the earth is, it's like expanding, kind of moving, that it opens up these things, and it dirt falls down in, and I guess it's created these caverns under the, I'm not so great at this, but it does have to do with the earth shifting. And also now I usually see like some water pipes have been broken, but so it could be some of that, but it also could have been broken because of the sinkhole, so it's hard. Melts limestone. See, you are such intelligent people, all of you. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think it was the last couple of videos I did, us like kind of harping about the fact that I'd seen about 184 earthquakes in Texas in 1 month. I looked it up today, and it is now up to 210. So it's gone up. So we need to be reminded of Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will, and I think that's the right law. So Ukrainian Russian troops have... Wait. No. That is not the news I want to report. Okay? So, I still think something is very wrong in the Gulf. And that the Gulf states are also showing the signs. Okay? There's something wrong that's not being paid attention to. And I think it's because nobody ever thought it was possible. But the signs are building. Okay? I want y'all to... The Gulf oil spill, no, that wouldn't have anything to do with this. There's pressure underneath the Gulf of Mexico. There really is. And it's far, and it's wide. An oil spill would not have caused those lights. It wouldn't. No. All of this together, it lets you know that, and then it's increasing. It's increasing these events now, and especially the last few months, what I've seen, something is taking a tide. Something is taking a turn. Something is getting... It's coming. Something's coming. Okay. All right. I want to give y'all a look real quick for those of you who haven't been on the coast or lived through a hurricane. Most of you, though, have lived through power outages, though. Most of us at some point. And the things that run out, like your fridge is the first thing. You realize your food's going bad. You don't want to open it. So there's your food. Your internet's gone. So you might have to use your phone if you can get internet, or your car radio. You can't watch any TV. You can't microwave your food. So if you don't have propane or some barbecue pit or some other way to cook your food, you're not going to eat. It affects your lights, walking around in the dark. Okay. Can you charge your computer phone? A lot of people end up doing it in their cars. Okay. But one of the worst things is when you can't flush your toilet. All right. This is what it's like without power outages. Because if we do have a disaster coming, like I think we are, those things are all water. It's going to be a problem. Okay. For anybody that's anywhere near this disaster that survives it. I really do think something is happening sooner than later along the South. And the signs are showing it. And people need to be aware of that. So along with not being able to flush your toilet, unless now during Alicia, the neighbors and our family used our above ground pool to flush everybody's toilets for 3 weeks until we got water back on. But we had to give to the entire neighborhood, and it was almost gone when the water got cut back on. But you can't clean your house properly. You can't bathe. You can't cook. And drinking things, you better have some juice, something. You got to think about all these things. And more people are having power outages, even as close to us as Puerto Rico right now. It could have been the flares, it could have been old equipment. I don't know. A cigarette was thrown in the wrong spot. I don't know. But they're having a major one now. So I think this could become more and more common and a problem. So I want you to think about that. Okay. Oh, yeah. I found a fan, $25 fan that is a solar fan. And I mean, when it is hot, usually for us, when the power goes out, and it has LED lights on it too. It's a fan and LED lights. I ordered it, $25. It's on the way. And I can't wait to show it to y'all. I should get it, I don't know, in a few days. So like the next time we talk, you'll get to see it. And I'll give you a review of it and everything. Time for you to get out of New York. Maybe. Clarissa says, I had a dream over a decade ago where I saw the Gulf Coast, East Coast, all of Florida, the Mississippi, Missouri, the Ohio River floodplains, and the Great Lakes underwater. See? And I had visions of Galveston, Baytown, Crosby, all wiped out. And I'm pretty sure Houston was too. But I know for sure those 3 places, Baytown, Galveston, Crosby, all up the east side. And, also, I think it was a couple years ago, that I think it was the San Jacinto and Kingwood, the San Jacinto River, turned milky white in a section for a little while too. So they've been having a lot of foundations in the Woodlands. It's the northwest side of Houston. Then their foundations keep sinking a lot, an unbelievable amount, really fast. They were suing the city and everything. Thank you, Cowboys 8 panel. A lot of people are getting World War III dreams. I got, it's when the trade centers got hit. I was seeing lots and lots of visions of the Gog-Magog war. I was seeing it. Maybe that's what they're seeing. It's time to move to a mountain in Montana. Maybe. All right. Okay. Yep. So you think about that. Loud booms, earthquake lights, buoys in event mode, over a brine pool, sinkholes, magnetic anomaly on the East Coast. I don't know how that's going to play in. The clear blue water, the conductivity of salt water, those are all things to think about. And the earthquakes, the sheer amount of earthquakes. And you know how many earthquakes just have been popping up from, say, East Texas to the East Coast that used to not be there. Something's building. Okay, Denise says the huge oil well failure in the Gulf of Mexico is said to have fractured the mantle. That's true. Eventually, there's a giant cork holding it back. It would have to be. They would have to. They really messed up that day. Okay, Clarissa says, I've had dreams about war, pestilence, famine, asteroids. Yeah. Yep, that's what we're in for. We've already had a meteor just shooting across the south. I mean, we are in some kind of target lane. New Madrid fault line. Yep. You'll have to go north of Great Falls, away from the valleys where the rivers are, close to the mountains here. Poland just had, they did. Yes, they did. I noticed that too. Quakes are starting to show up in some strange places. All right, y'all. I love y'all. That's going to be pretty much all for tonight. Hello, Off Grid. So glad. Thank you again. So much, Paul and Adrian, for blessing me. Thank you for everything. I love y'all. I'm always giving y'all a shout out. AA strumming. Only dream of cheesecake. Now you're going to have me thinking about cheesecake. Ooh. Yeah, I think I did a video on Black Sun a couple years ago, actually. Black Sun. I'm going to have to look back. Yeah, the kitties are sleeping right now. They ate. They're good. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I am going to get off the horn for now. But I'll always be back. Well, God willing. All right. Love y'all. See you later. Bye.